This is Sway.
Sway.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shay 45.
Wake your fuck ass up.
That crust touch.
All right, Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5, ladies and gentlemen. Heather, this is it. Tracy, this is it.
Yo.
I was so excited about this morning. I woke up Rich Nice and said, hey, Rich, because a lot of times guests come by and Rich get mad at me because I didn't remind him.
Right.
Hear what I'm saying, though. He gets mad at me because I didn't remind him that the guest was coming. But today, this is somebody that we consider an affiliate, a brethren of ours that we crossed paths with through the music scene over the years, but most importantly because of what he does for music culture and what he's done for jazz and beyond. All the different artists and projects he's worked with, whether it's the Robert Glasper Experiment, the Robert Glasper Trio, being on the road with Q-Tip, working with J Dilla, Michelle Indigel Cello, working with Kanye, Common, Talib Kweli, Mos Def. I mean, the list goes on and on. One of my favorite projects that he worked on, other than his own, is working with Maxwell. Who Maxwell is somebody who is in our friend circle as well. Yep. And one of the things I've always liked about him and what he's doing today, he's always pushed the envelope, and especially in the world of jazz, where you can't really define it as much as people try to put it in columns and categories. And so whenever someone steps out of the norm or the standard jazz, was considered jazz perimeter, that's when the critics all come out. But this guy has been undeniable, and he's a Grammy Award-winning artist. He's here with us today to talk about a new album called Everything's Beautiful. He also composed all the music for the new Miles Davis movie starring Don Cheadle. I got a chance to see a preview of it.
Right.
To me, this dude is the now and the future. And what I love about him is he has a respect for the history as well. Please welcome to the Sway in the Morning concert series, the one and only Robert Glasper. Robert Glasper.
I'm in the building. I always want to say that on Sway.
Yeah, there you go, man.
I'm in the building.
There you go,
man.
Man.
What I'm saying? It's real.
It's real, man.
I'm here.
Yeah, one time I was at some, I don't even know where I was, and somebody, CC, told me, hey, man, we're going to go see this performance. I said, well, who is it? She said, I don't want to tell you because I don't know if you're going to want to go, right? And I said, well, why? She said, because it's jazz. I said, jazz? I grew up on jazz. What are you talking about?
Right.
Why wouldn't I want to go? I played the clarinet growing up. Heather, you know this.
Me too.
You played the clarinet?
For 5 years. I played the clarinet. Stage band, third chair, all day.
All day, kid?
What?
What chair you had,
I just threw that bomb on y'all for a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to say this is his moment. I was first chair.
Wait, what? Really?
No, I was first chair, clarinet. Then I moved to bass clarinet.
Oh, you played bass clarinet too?
I played clarinet, then I played bass clarinet.
Oh, you borrowed me.
Okay, I got you, Rob.
You borrowed me.
Okay.
You borrowed me.
Yeah, you know. And
Okay.
so,
There's no
anyway,
proof of Sway.
That's cool.
There is proof. I have a clarinet in my house in Harlem.
What kind of reed did you use?
I don't remember. That was a long time ago.
See?
Rob.
Yeah.
It was a wooden
See?
reed. It was a wooden reed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
It was a wooden reed. Don't be asking me those technical questions, man. This is your interview. But anyway, I saw you performing, and Bilal was one of the featured vocalists in the performance. And then I know you and Bilal actually went to school together.
Oh, yeah, that's my bro, man.
Yeah, and so y'all met in school?
We
or?
met the first day of college. We were one of 7 black people. And
wow.
we became brothers the very first day of school. And so we used to write. We started writing his demo in my dorm room.
Wow.
You know what I mean? In my dorm room, we wrote his demo, and then he got signed like a year later.
And the rest took off. Was he instrumental in you making all these relationships early on?
Totally, because I was straight up jazz guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And when I met Bilal, when he got signed, the first thing we did, the Interscope Records had him do was go work with J Dilla. He brought me with him. He was like, I want to bring my boy Rob with me. So we got to go to Dilla, stay with Dilla for 2 weeks in Detroit.
Wow.
And jam with him every day. Like literally hang out and jam. I remember hearing Fantastic Volume 2 before it hit the streets because he would play it in his car. You know what I mean? So it was that's literally how I got into because that was when that whole quote unquote neo soul movement was popping, and I was going to all the Roots jam sessions here at Wetlands with Bilal, and going down to Philly to the Black Lily with Bilal and meeting all these people. So I remember giving Common piano lessons. I didn't know who he was.
Wow.
I'm from Houston. All I knew was Ghetto Boys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when I got up here, he was like, yo, my boy wants lessons, and Common used to live down the street from me. So I was going over his house and giving him piano lessons. not knowing what he did
Yeah.
or who he was. You know what I mean? So that
So
was
you were a nerd, basically.
I was a super nerd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't know who Common was?
I didn't know who Common was. He was very
Damn.
uncommon in my eyes.
How was his playing, though? Did he pick
Horrible.
up?
He's the worst.
Okay, great.
He's the
all
worst
right, all right. Yeah, so we never seen him play on stage. Notice we never seen him play on
True.
stage.
Now we found out the
And
reason.
Just Right, he had a scene. I only know this because we married, but he had just in the scene of Just Right, the movie with Queen Latifah.
Exactly,
he had a
right.
little scene there
Right.
with the piano.
I rag on him about that all the time.
Yeah, that wasn't it, right?
All
All
the time.
right, all right. So what did you think as this young dude coming up and you listening to Questlove and how he played the drums for the first time you heard him? What did you think?
I thought it was weird. I was like, what is that? What's
Yeah.
the vibe? You know, I didn't understand that kind of drumming. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of style of drumming is from the, graduating from the hip hop school of Dilla.
Yeah.
Vibe, you know what I mean? So at first I didn't understand it. I didn't understand how to play it. Like Bilal would try to, I remember Bilal and Common at one point, because I went to the studio with them during like Water for Chocolate. And I was trying to play on something, but he wanted a certain vibe, and I just couldn't understand it. I couldn't get it. I was like, but why are the drums? They're not straight. Something's wrong. They're not lining up, And then eventually I got it, but at first it was like, what is this? I never heard it before. You know what I mean? So it was, and then as Questlove started calling me to do shows with the Roots. So I used to play with the Roots all the time. You know what I mean? Then I started getting it because I started playing it with Amir live.
Yeah.
Do you think it's important for people who are classically trained to go into those settings and those environments like you mentioned and sort of be thrown out of their element to quote unquote get it?
All the time. You have to, because a lot of people, for some reason, think playing hip hop is easy. You know what I mean? They look at a lot of people think they when they hear hip hop, they're like, oh, it's easy. It's just this. It's just 4 chords, you know. But the reality is, the feel is so different. You can't even write it down. You can't write that kind of feel down.
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling thing. And if you don't feel it, you can't do it. You don't sound right. That's why most cats play at hip hop, but they don't play hip hop. You know what I mean? Because they've never been in the right setting with the right people to really give them the right feeling, to really, really, really do it. Same thing with jazz. People play at jazz. They have records and they play with their boys who also don't know anything about jazz. And then they think, I play jazz too. But so you throw them in a river with some real jazz cats, then you're like, oh, I don't play jazz. So you have to really be in that situation, to say, I do this,
Do you think
and
that's
to get better.
Do you think that's the disconnect from the jazz world to the hip hop world
That's
for
the
so many
total
years?
disconnect. That is the total disconnect. Because most people don't play, most jazz cats I know never play in an actual hip hop band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a real hip hop band with a real MC, with the best MCs, you know what I mean? Rocking the dope beats and really having to mimic those beats, like bar for bar, mimic them, and the repetitiveness of it, and sounding like a record.
Right.
You know what I mean? And being able to repeat it as if you're a record a lot of times, which is sometimes you have to do that.
Right.
And sometimes live you don't have to repeat like a record, but a lot of times that is the magic, and a lot of people really can't do it. You know.
On the flip side, though, then how important, if you are self-taught, is it to be classically trained?
You just get more money because you get more options.
Oh.
So that's
It's kind of like
important.
a degree.
Yeah, it's like a degree. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Important.
For sure. Like there's certain things. Like for instance, I just did the soundtrack to Barbershop 3.
Yes.
I was a feature artist on that. Stanley Clark wrote the music, and I was a feature artist. Had to play it, but when I went in, all of it was written out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I had to like literally read. It was like some score stuff. You know what I mean? But when people hear things, they don't think of that. They just, oh, it feels good. It sounds great. But I had to read that stuff, and if I wasn't a reader, I couldn't have did it.
You wouldn't have been able. You wouldn't have known. Yeah, I'm a reader too, Rob. So
Yeah,
I get that.
with the
Clarinet.
clarinet.
Clarinet,
first
yeah, man,
seat.
I'm a reader.
What kind of reed did you use again?
It was a wooden one.
Yeah, Sway, that was quicker this
Just
time.
just for the record, first trumpet, and I used the 7C
Oh,
mouthpiece. First trumpet from 7th grade. I played with the 12th graders.
That sounds
Yeah.
smart.
so you were on varsity trumpet?
Yes, sir.
Crazy.
There's super no proof of that.
Yeah, bro.
Oh no, no.
I've never, in fact, I've known him over 20 years. I've never
You've never heard
How
that?
about this?
All right.
Not only do I have a trumpet, I have a trumpet mini. I still have my mouthpiece, and I have video of me playing.
Hey,
when
Rich,
you want to
this
see.
You know what? I'm gonna have to call Don Cheadle and have you come up here and battle him on air.
Yeah,
I
because
wanna see.
Don looks like he's really playing in the movie, right?
Don actually learned how to play trumpet for 7 years before doing the movie.
Oh,
wow.
did he?
A lot of people don't know that. He learned for 7 years how to play before doing the movie, and he played saxophone in high school. You know what I mean?
wow.
Don
So-
actually is like incredibly musically talented. Like
Yeah.
so, but you wouldn't know. Like we were at a rehearsal going over some of the songs, and he picked up the bass and started playing a Jaco Pastorius tune with chords on the bass. I was like, "You playing chords on the bass? What are you doing?" He was like, "Oh yeah, this ain't nothing. I'm just messing around. You don't mess around on bass."
Well,
Like-
You either got it or
can
you
play,
don't.
yeah. Like he was like really playing. I was like, you worked on that. Like you didn't just pick it up. So he's extremely musical, which made this movie, which is great for the movie because he's a lot of those fingerings he's doing. It's actually real. You know what I mean? Like they're correct.
I noticed that you see the movie. This is Miles Ahead, right?
Yep.
And Don Cheadle starring as Miles Davis. He directed it.
Yep, he directed it. He got the snacks. He was the
He did it all, right?
chauffeur. Yeah, drew everybody.
And then you did the original score. You did the score for the movie, right?
Yeah, I did the score.
All right. And in the score, you took from the vault of Miles Davis in this too as well?
No, I took from the vault in Miles Davis for the Everything's Beautiful project.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
but technically they went to the vault for this too because they just found some recordings they needed, old recordings they needed, and, But the vault stuff is really for the
Everything's Beautiful
Yes,
project.
Yes.
Okay, so the Everything's Beautiful project comes out Friday.
Yes, this Friday.
Okay, and then the Miles Ahead soundtrack comes out next April 1st.
No, what is that?
April.
It came out already.
It came out already.
Oh, the soundtrack's out already.
That soundtrack came out April 1st.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
All right. I want to go back to because I didn't know how Don Cheadle was going to pull off Miles.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
No, that's a real. That's real.
Yeah,
I didn't think so either.
But when you see the movie, you don't even think about it's Don Cheadle
You
playing
don't.
Miles.
You don't.
And
Not
then
at all.
And then what part of was all of that factual in the movie? Like
Not everything.
Okay.
They added some things just to make it a little more dramatic. But
Okay.
in reality, for the overcast, everything, the story is actually real.
The story is real.
The story is real, but there were like little certain parts in there where they just kind of, expanded it to make it, to make it a movie.
So
Yeah.
what's interesting?
So it's
is
fictional.
It's fictional, but the tug of war between him and his record label that's real.
That's real.
Right?
Definitely real. The losing the music.
Yeah.
Real. Francis. Real. Like most of that stuff is real.
He lost the music.
Yeah.
So
They couldn't find it. It's still lost.
There's
I
some
think it might
lost
have been
Miles
found,
Davis
but, yeah.
music that was out there that I don't want to tell all the movie.
Right.
But it's a great movie. But it also gives you a better understanding of who he was.
Totally.
And how he approached music.
Totally. And Don wanted to. His approach to this was, he said, if Miles is alive and I went to him and said I want to do a movie on him, he wanted me to do a movie that was like a documentary, where all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted, and it's, you see that on YouTube. You can go anywhere and look at that. He was born here and all that stuff, or would Miles want to star in his own action movie?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He said Miles would have wanted to star in his own action movie.
Yeah.
Right.
So, because that's the only way to do this. Because other than that, it's hard to do a movie on Miles Davis's life. It's too much.
It's too much,
know what I
right?
mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Man, we got Robert Glasper here. Give him a round of applause.
I'm in the building.
He's in the building.
Yeah.
I'm in the
Swain
building.
Morning.
Shout out to Vince Wilburn, by the way. Shout out my man Vince. That's Miles' nephew. He put me on to a lot of this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out.
He Vince, that's Miles' nephew. He said that's the one that called you a badass.
Yep.
He said you a badass mother. Shut your mouth.
Ah.
Said that about you, man. I'm happy because we got friends that's in the circles too that that are uplifting and supporting and preserving jazz. And whether it's someone like Flying Lotus who gets once upon a time was questioned, is this jazz or not?
Right.
Braxton Cook or some all these what's Washington?
Kamasi.
Washington.
Yeah, right.
All these great young artists that are kind of like pushing jazz forward.
Right.
Did you guys, this younger generation of black jazz musicians, seemed like they were getting defined by a lot of white critics for years, right?
Of course.
How do y'all perceive that, and do y'all even take that with a grain of salt? And
I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, because nothing dope and innovative has ever hit the world without getting that kind of, pushback. If I didn't get any pushback, I think I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So anybody who's done anything that's innovative and dope and changing the game has to have that kind of pushback and hating on them. You know what I mean? So for me, it's energy. It's like, oh, good. I'm making them mad. Cool. I'm doing the correct thing. Because even in jazz, that happened every decade.
Yeah.
Because everybody's like, you got to be in the tradition of jazz. Well, for the jazz Nazis, if you really know the tradition of jazz, The tradition is that it always changes.
It changed, right?
It never stays the same.
Yeah.
If you really want to talk about the tradition of jazz.
Mhm.
Now, if you're just picking one decade that you like Miles said, put in the record. That's what records are for.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But
Yeah.
but music, jazz is alive. Music is alive. And if it's not moving, it's dead.
How have you changed? Have you, like, when you reflect on, going back to Mood or Canvas, those days,
Yeah.
or early projects to now, how have you changed, you feel like, as a musician?
Well, you know what? I think even on those early projects of mine, I guess Mood was like 2002. I had little bitty like interludes of hip hop stuff because I loved it then. Once I got to New York, I really dove into it. You know what I mean? And so you can hear little snippets of the hip hop stuff on there a little bit, and gradually on all those records, I had a little bit on it. So for me, it was those records were to prove to the jazz cats that I'm a jazz cat. And to get the recognition first. So you can't deny I can play the piano, that I'm one of the best, and you can't deny that because they're quick to label a black piano player the hip-hop piano player or the R&B guy and not really give you the proper credit you deserve, especially being young and black in jazz. They won't do that. So that's why I purposely waited to do like the black radio stuff after like 4 or 5 albums because I want to solidify myself first. So then there's no question, for those people. And then, I want to wait also so I can, play a little more and meet more people. And I've met so many more people and played with so many more people and produced with so many more people. And so that my music is now reflecting those relationships that I've,
that you've made over the Black Radio. That's they got the Grammy for that one, Heather. Grammy Award winner.
One of my Grammys.
One of them.
It's not a big deal.
No.
It's about the music.
Yeah, really honestly. Just out of curiosity, how many you got now?
I got 2 Grammys.
Oh, okay, all
right. Nine nominations.
Okay, Rich, how many you got?
Including one for the Pimp A Butterfly because I'm on 9 tracks on that as well. Thanks. Rich got 2 Grammys. All right.
Yeah.
I'm Grammy worthy. I'm a different type of dude.
A lot of nominations. Yeah, I can't remember how many nominations.
The Pimp A Butterfly. What did Kendrick, like you talked about working with a hip hop artist early on and they're telling you what they want and you couldn't catch it. What did Kendrick want?
Kendrick literally, because at this point, now I'm Robert Glasper. Now people say, oh, you have a sound, and people kind of recognize what my sound is. So he just wanted that. He literally. I recorded my album Covered, my trio album from last year. Covered, that also got nominated for Jazz Album of the Year.
There it is.
Thank you.
Did y'all mention that, Heather? Nobody mentioned that.
I'm just nominating some of these genres.
Stun off.
It's really
all
big.
good.
But it's about the music. So I did that record, right? Literally after I recorded that record, after I did that record that night, I got the call to go to Dr. Dre's studio and record with Kendrick. So I got in an Uber from my recording session and went over to the studio, and I went to play one song for free, the one joint, and then Kendrick was like, "Yo, pull up, Complexions," and they pulled it up. He was like, "What you hear on this?" So I would listen to it once, and then I would just play what I felt. He was like, "Play what you feel," and I did that for 8 songs.
Wow!
He just literally
let you free reign.
He just play what you hear. So I played on 8 songs that day, and then I came back during the Grammy week, and we recorded Mortal Man, the joint with the Tupac interview and everything.
And
with the orchestra. Shout out to Terrence Martin.
Yeah.
My boy Terrence
Martin.
He's
another one.
He's another
one.
Yeah.
Give a round of applause. I mean, that's another
Terrence
one.
Martin.
Stumping the ground.
You know what I'm saying?
Going to Christian Scott.
Yep.
Christian
Scott, my boy. Yeah.
He's been up here too.
Eric Dial.
Yep. All right. And so I really want to support the movement even more so and inspire hopefully other people with platforms to do more with supporting the the movement, which is a movie. He got two Grammys.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. Man, Rob, we got a keyboard here. We set up this motif.
Oh, I didn't even see it over there. It's crazy.
and the citizens are like calling. Robert Glasper is here. Everything's beautiful is the name of the project that's coming out this Friday. We played Ghetto Walk this morning.
Yes.
All right. I don't think I was supposed to, but whatever. And then you got the Violence joint too, which is sick.
Yeah.
But man, can you play something for us, bro?
Yeah. I mean, are y'all gonna do something?
Wait, we could do whatever. We could throw it. You want them to throw a beat on or something?
I was thinking 5 Fingers of Death with a beat.
Oh,
with beats.
wow. This guy.
Are you getting
And you would
called out?
play to the beat?
Play
And
to
you
the
getting
beats.
called out, Sway?
That's what I'm saying.
Are
That's
you
I
getting-
mean,
we
you know
have
what I
to
mean.
put on a record to come
hold on.
back and set up for
Hey,
this?
you know what? You got the Violence record over there. Let's play that song featuring Fonte from Lil Brother, and and then we're going to come back and make that happen.
You know what I'm
Word.
saying? I'm just saying.
This is the first time someone would do the 5 fingers of death with beats.
Woo!
It might
Oh,
be.
my
yeah.
God.
With 10 fingers of death.
Wow.
He
With
called
the
you out.
You see that? You see
He
the
called you out.
All right, Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. Don't move. Test out the people. You got that, Rob? You said, okay. Robert Glasper is with us. Give that man a mic.
I'm in the building.
That's all he want to say. He just want to say.
I just want to say I'm in the building. I'm in the Sway in the morning. I'm in the building.
That's what's up,
You know
man.
what I'm saying?
Everything's beautiful. It's the name of the project coming out this Friday, so make sure you pick it up. And Robert Glasper is here. He also did the soundtrack for the score for the movie Miles Ahead,
Right.
featuring Don Cheadle. That album is actually Miles Ahead, available now.
Yes.
So you can pick that up as well. If you're into great music, this is something you want to pick up. And Robert Glasper been one of the people holding the torch for this new age of jazz.
Yeah.
And how it's been expanding its reach. And anytime this change, you're always going to have some resistance.
Right.
But you dudes are just too damn dope for that.
Word
You
up.
know that the resistance ain't gonna make a difference. John Batiste is another dude who
Totally, yeah.
who I think is incredible.
Exactly.
Who else am I
Yep.
thinking? Rich, throw some names in there.
Marcus Hill.
Kenneth Whalum.
Yep.
Sick.
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
all these guys.
Keon Harrell, Marcus Strickland, bunch of cats.
There's a
Kendrick
bunch
Scott,
of-
a lot of cats out
Yeah,
there
Kendrick Scott.
doing their
Kendrick
thing.
Scott.
Tevin Petticoat, a saxophone player.
Pretty coat.
Yeah,
Okay.
He got a pretty coat?
I don't know.
Damn.
Shut up, bro.
But then you got the
Petticoat.
the West Coast Get
Saxophone
Down.
player.
The West Coast Get Down.
Yeah, all those guys over there that got this sound going. So,
My boy Anu Son, he's in the building.
yeah, that's
yeah.
what's up.
He got
brother.
a sound too.
He
Yeah,
got a
I'm
sound.
He's played that
All
soul
day.
on the horn.
Yeah, for sure.
When them shoes so sharp he got on, when they click, that's a sound. Man, look at the shoes he got on.
Right,
All right.
right.
So we're going to do something really
Silent.
different. First of all, we're going to open up the phone lines, 888-742-3345. If you want to speak with Robert Glasper, give us a call. But we're going to do the 5 fingers of death. This is different, though. This is a different kind of hyena.
You know what I'm saying?
This ain't the one that speaks with his teeth.
It's a musical hyena.
It's the one that speaks with his fingers. 5 different beats.
Finger hyena.
Robert
Shut up.
Glasper. There we go. Testing.
Me.
Give me that intro, OQ.
You are now entering the 5 fingers of death.
DJ Wonder plays 5 unique beats meant to test your lyrical stamina.
I saw the look in his eyes. This guy is crazy.
Many have tried,
I'm the best. This is just another chance for me to prove it.
but many have failed.
Give me some hip hop.
It's the 5 fingers of death.
All right, here we go. DJ Wonder's going to play beats. Robert Glasper, it's up to you. See if you can improv something over these beats that sound good. Don't just be pressing keys. Turn that up.
Yo, turn up my headphones.
That's beat number 2. How we sounding in there? Robert Glasper, 5 fingers of death. That's beat number 2 to the 3rd beat. Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. This is different right here. Have the beat. This is different right here.
How about I'm a piano player, I'm my own hype man too. Yo,
Okay.
Rob, play them chords, yo.
Okay.
Yo, your chords is crazy, son. You play them chords? Yo,
Yo, this hype man is on point.
yo, I'm gonna do it like this.
All right.
Check it.
Funky down. Nasty.
Robert Glasper, Sway in the Morning, Shade 45, DJ Wonder on the ones and twos. Beat number 4.
3, 1, 2, 3,
All improv. He coming off the top. He's off the top right now, kid. Off the dome, freestyle. Robert Glasper. Beat number 5. Sway in the Morning. Shade 45. Five Fingers of Death. Robert Glasper. Everything's beautiful. First time ever. Yo, see if you got a Kendrick beat over there, one that you can throw on. Sway in the Morning, 5 Fingers of Robert Glasper. Give him a round of applause right there. 5 beats.
Wow.
5 improvs off the top of the dome. We gonna keep it moving. First time ever done. We making history. We making history. The bonus play. It's off the deluxe performance right here.
Premium.
It's premium.
Look.
Go ahead. I know you got it in you, Rob. Go ahead. Give me 4 bars. Just 4 bars. 4 bars. That's it, kid. 4 bars. Yo.
Look. Sway in the Morning. Excuse my breath. Rob G represent the treble clef. Off the dome, fingers of death. Knock you off till there ain't nothing left. Man, I'm so nice with it.
Yeah.
Put a beat, I'ma kill it.
Yeah.
You don't even understand.
Yeah.
I be the man.
He dropped the headphones. He dropped the headphones. Robert Glasper, ladies and gentlemen. That was incredible, by the way, man.
That was so
Thank you very much,
You
man.
need to do an album with DJ Premier.
I know, right?
Actually, he's from my hometown, from Houston. He's from the crib.
All right,
For sure. I would love to.
man, we got let's go to the phone lines, man. We're gonna go to Aaron in DC. Aaron, what up, man?
What's poppin'?
What it do?
Good morning. How y'all
man.
doing? How y'all doing?
Yo, we're bugging right now. We got Robert Glasper in here just improvising over beats, man.
In the building.
Let me tell you, I saw him in DC about 2 weeks ago. Great performance. The same way he is there is the way he was on stage.
Wow.
Great performance.
Wow.
Thank you.
Told some guy was yelling on top of the, he told him he sound like he eating some cereal while yelling at the top asking for trap beats.
All right.
Hilarious.
He was like, roll, put it on. Like, you eating Captain Crunch at the show?
Captain Crunch, that's exactly what he said. It was hilarious.
Hey, but it's interesting because we typically go to hip hop concerts, rap concerts, and we don't know if we will be entertained by someone who plays jazz and live. But Rob does it all, so he does all genres. What was the experience like, the performance experience?
Oh, man, it was awesome. I snuck in the back row. Of course, I paid my ticket, but snuck in the back, and it just was amazing. It was a trio, and I got to see me, really, a few days before just to, listen to it. I was like, man, I ain't doing no work here. I'm listening to this trio. Ran right down to D.C., and it was just amazing.
Wow,
Better than the CD.
Hey, man. Hey, Aaron, you're a citizen, man.
Sway in the Morning,
Yeah, man. Pick up Everything's Beautiful Friday. Zoe is in Charlotte. What up, Zoe?
Hey, what up, Zoe?
Yo, what up, man? Yo, Robert Glasper, man, you a big inspiration, dog. I gotta say, that my favorite joints from you, man, is the Dillalude.
Oh, word up.
And then the joint that you did with Solange on the Black Radio remix.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you,
You're
man.
awesome, man.
Thank
Awesome,
you.
man. Just keep up the work, man. And you're one of the few artists I can put on and kick back with a female, and it just sets the vibe straight.
Word up. Thank you, man.
Hey, man,
Yeah.
get everything
Definitely,
beautiful
man.
Friday. Man, working with Solange, man, I feel like Solange is one of those, like Black Thought is an acknowledged MC. I feel like Solange is an acknowledged artist who a lot of people bite her shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Her look as well as what she does musically.
Yeah, totally.
What did you discover about her working
What's so
with her?
funny, I knew her since she was like 6.
Yeah.
You know, I went to high school with Beyonce.
Okay.
You know, so when Beyonce's mom, Miss Knowles, used to come pick Beyonce from school, you know, Solange would come out the thing and, you know, run and give me a hug and stuff. So it was like, you're grown now, you know. It's crazy. But I feel the same way. You know, Solange's been doing music for a long time, and she has her own thing. You know what I mean? It's just hard, you know, being like, you know, Beyonce's your big sister. People kind of still do that whole thing. Like, you know, I don't think they really look at her as separate, even though she totally is. They don't do it. They're nothing alike.
Nothing alike.
Nothing alike.
Like
you know?
musically and everything.
Yeah.
The only thing they do have alike is the ability to perform at a high level.
And
you know?
their passion.
And their passion,
They
right?
both have passion.
But they're
Totally.
nothing alike. Did you work with Beyonce?
No, I never worked with Beyonce. We talked about it. It was
Okay.
funny. When Beyonce first left Destiny's Child, when she was going solo, that was during the Neo Soul era.
Yeah.
And she called me to be her music director and to help her get her band, because they were going to have her kind of like do soul music. You know, I don't even think nobody knows this. Anyway, so we were talking on the phone for like 2 or 3 months, and I got a band together and we were going to do it. But then they switched her whole thing and
Her
made her pop.
trajectory made her pop. huh?
Totally. Yeah, so that happened. But that we're about to work together. But we, you know, every blue moon, every few years I see her, we're like, we got to do something, you know.
and then passing, and then her security blocks you from her. Right?
That actually really happened. Her security came at me one time because she ran and tried to give me a hug, and her security like, who the hell, you know, they really like did the thing. Jay-Z was looking at her, who this dude you trying to run and hug?
You know, but interesting enough, I think if you and Jay got in the studio,
Oh, totally.
that would make for something really interesting.
I performed with him live
Yeah.
twice
Uh-huh.
with the Roots. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? But that was the only thing. But I would love to do something with Jay.
Wow, man.
sure.
Man, Robert Glasper, man. Hold up, I got a
Did
couple
he
more
stunt
callers.
in the middle of that though?
He
Was it
did,
saying-
but I love it how he does it, just to remind.
yeah.
Did I do that? Did I do
Let
that?
me tell you why he has to do this. Because if he does it, if you don't remind people nowadays of what you accomplished, they try to sweep it under the rug like you ain't you.
Right.
I'm
You
also
know.
on playing keys on Touch the Sky, by the way.
Damn, did you?
Yes.
And you did the Nina Simone, did you, doc?
Shout out to Just Blaze, by the way.
Yeah.
That's dope.
He found me on the internet in 2005
Uh-huh.
and was like, he hit my manager and had me come to the studio and play Touch the Sky.
Wow.
You know, is that Touch the Sky with Lupe and
Kanye?
and Kanye?
Yeah.
That joint. Yeah. So
Wow.
back then I had, you know, nobody really knew me or anything like that, but he found me and was like, yo, you dope.
Yeah.
Wow.
And put me on the joint. So that's literally the first hip hop album I've ever been on. You know what I mean? And to this day, I see him or we talk every now and then. He's like, I'm so glad, you know, proud of what you're doing. And
That's
shout out
dope.
to-
Just
shout out to
Blaze, he's
Just,
just
yeah.
coming up here soon. We got something we're planning too with a live musician. I won't say what it is. Just Blaze too is we were just sitting at were you with Rich? You weren't with us for he's been working closely with the Grammys too. In terms of having diversity in our representation.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that in terms of the Grammys and diversity and representation?
We need it.
Okay.
We definitely need it. You know, especially, I mean, if you look on TV now, it looks like the Country Music Awards almost. You know, it's only they've literally taken off all the urban music categories from the televised portion.
Right.
You know, the year I won R&B Album of the Year is the first year it wasn't on TV.
Wow, they did it because of you, dog.
They did it because they were like, "Who's gonna win? That's not good TV." And then they haven't put it on since then. R&B built the Grammys. You know, that helped build the Grammys, and now they took that off. You know, it took most of the hip hop is off.
Right.
You know, it's only so. What they do now is, depending on who wins, they allow the same 5 or 6 black people, if they're in it. If Beyonce's in the category, if Rihanna's in the category, or if Chris Brown, then they'll put it on TV. But other than that, you can't be a new dope artist and be seen to the world.
Yeah.
You know, but you see all these other random grunge bands you never heard of performing on the Grammys. And the new they got record of the year. And you're like, who are these people? They're new. But it's hard to get new black people on the big stage. They don't allow that.
And that's why he has to be his own salesperson at every time,
Totally.
too. You know, you got to remind you, I got these Grammys. I work with so-and-so. I work with so-and-so.
Right.
Yeah.
I belong here.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, we should question if you belong here.
Word.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, truth be told,
Right.
because you're answering to folks who trying to put definition on something you created.
Exactly.
You know, and that's no longer necessary.
You preaching.
Yeah. You know, and at the end of it, they don't even know where it all began. Oh, no, it didn't come from where you think so, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
It was the oppressed people, the disenfranchised.
Amen.
In the 1800s, ladies and gentlemen, they came together on Free Day.
Yeah.
And they gathered in the courtyard of the townships
Talk your talk.
where they said we were less than human.
Yes.
And we put together our own instruments. And they didn't call it jazz, then they called it hot.
Say what they called it.
And we came together from generations, passed down the legacy to what we know now.
Take your time.
That's jazz. So how you gonna tell me who I am when I already know who I am?
Tell your truth.
Bow your heads. Robert Glasper is here, ladies and gentlemen. Robert Glasper. Everything's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. Everything's beautiful. And I want to thank the brethren Robert Glasper for blessing us this
I
morning.
got you some stuff.
And
I
he
got
brought
you
some.
stuff.
He didn't come empty-handed.
I
And,
didn't come empty-handed.
and most of our guests could learn from Robert Glasper.
You know
Don't
what I'm
come
saying?
empty-handed.
I got you the soundtrack.
That's
the
right.
Miles,
Miles Head soundtrack. Okay.
I got you a T-shirt, Miles Head T-shirt, some
Okay, I
Miles Head
need that,
T-shirts.
man. What
and
size is it? XL?
Sweater.
Okay, is it XL?
This is I don't know what it is.
If it ain't an
That's
XL,
a
I got to
small.
start jogging.
Okay,
all
there you
right.
go.
It's
You got
okay.
the
I
sweater
can-
for you.
Okay.
Sweaters.
Okay, I like
You know,
that.
got
That's
sweater,
dope.
And you got some vinyl right there?
vinyl.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Oh
We got some
my
more
gosh.
for y'all too.
Man, do y'all know what vinyl is?
Vinyl.
All right, man. Hey, man, come back.
Oh, for sure.
All right,
For sure.
you know, and congratulations on the success. Real quick, who's a new artist you think people should be on the lookout for? I love when established artists kind of open the door.
I like Anderson .Paak a lot.
Anderson .Paak.
Oh, boy.
I actually have a joint of his album. It's called Waterfalls.
On the Malibu
It's
project? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That
dope.
is
It's like an interlude, but we're
Yeah.
gonna work some more. We're gonna work together on his
He's
next
dope.
album.
Anderson .Paak.
Yeah.
That's our
Dope.
friend.
I like to
That's
shout
our-
out Erykah Badu too. You know, I did the song Maisha with her
Yes.
on the Everything's Beautiful soundtrack. I'm literally going from here now to shoot the video with her now.
Tell Erykah we said what's up.
I sure will. for
Ask her
sure.
how her vagina smell today. She'll know what that. She know what that means.
Clutch your pearls.
Tell her Sway said that. She'll know what I'm talking about.
She'll know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. Because she said, what did she say? She said it smells like strawberry rose. What did she
It was
say?
it was
It was
something
something.
from a
It
fruit.
was something that just allures men and put them to sleep.
Yeah, the trap.
Whatever it was,
And your
feeling
soul
good
is
about
gone.
yourself. You don't even know why. It's you just wallet and gold riches all out your pocket.
Berry.
Robert Glasper.
Sway
thank
in the
you, man.
morning,
Yeah.
where at
So
times things tend to get a little awkward.
Erykah Badu is here. Erykah walked in here, and I just can't ignore her smell. And she told me it was a combination of smells, and that it represented your vagina.
No,
doesn't
it's
represent- okay.
coming from my vagina.
It's coming from your
Oh, wow.
vagina.
I need to be taught that. It's a sweet vagina.
The aroma is definitely alluring. I can't take my mind off your vagina, Erykah.
Join the club.
Sway in the morning.
Yo, that sound crazy on the playback. Yeah, that sound crazy. I almost wish I didn't say all that stuff. All right, hey Rob, man.
I'm gonna tell her that soon. Let's see it.
Tell her I said hello. Just tell her I said hi, man. Just keep it simple. Man, continued success, man. Keep waving the flag, man.
Yes,
I appreciate
indeed.
you coming down
Thanks
here.
for
and joining
having
us.
me.
Absolutely,
I
man.
appreciate- And Heather, next time I come here, I'm gonna need some food to be somewhere
I got
around
you.
here.
You got it?
I
Okay,
got it.
thank you, man.
Thanks. Awesome.
All right, we got T.I. who's about to walk in here momentarily. So he's in the new movie Roots. So T.I. is up next. It's Sway the Morning Shade 4 or 5. Boom.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.